What's up everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. In the last part, we saw the ending of Dragon Ball and the beginning of Z, watching Kakarot grow up, start a family, and even find his old family. Raditz arrived on Earth and Kakarot wasn't too pleased with their plan. Of course he was willing to join them, but the way they were going about it was kinda stupid and he couldn't really trust them either. But still, everyone's gonna train for Frieza. They don't know if or when he's gonna show up. Now that Raditz and the Saiyans have contacted Earth, Earth might even be on Frieza's radar now, but who knows? We'll be seeing that and more in this part. For this video, let's set a like goal of 3,500 likes. If we hit that, I'll continue with another part of the series. Anyways, let's pick it from here. Gohan's training with Roshi is going pretty well. He's finally learning the basics of martial arts and actually becoming pretty good at it considering his age. Roshi's impressed. Just like Kakarot, this kid is growing pretty quickly, and you can see a lot of his father within him. Although, he wonders if he's gonna have that same uncontrollable rage. Who knows though. Kakarot continues his training too, training with Tenshinhan, Krillin, and Chi-Chi. Gravity training is a huge help here. This Frieza guy might not be an issue if they keep gravity training. At first it was really tough to do, but slowly as they continue training, they're able to up the gravity more and more. It's incredible, and Kakarot's confident, while also being excited too. He's looking forward to fighting Frieza, for better or for worse. But still, he doesn't want to get too confident. He doesn't know who Frieza is and how strong he is. He only knows anecdotal info from the Saiyans, and they said they've never even seen his full power. So, Kakarot decides you can never be too safe. He's going to continue training. He wants to get as strong as physically possible, at least until the time to fight Frieza actually does come. And surprisingly, someone else arrives back on Earth first. It's Raditz, and Vegeta and Nappa. The group expects trouble, ready to fight them and defeat them. They definitely could, it won't be too hard either. But the Saiyans are actually here for something different. Reluctantly, they've decided they're going to agree to work with Kakarot, as long as he teaches him that power. If they could learn how to utilize Great Ape in their human forms, that might be a huge help. Well, if it's even possible for them to do so. And Kakarot says they really had no choice either way. He knew his plan was better anyways. They could either slave away under Frieza, or try to attack him immediately and die, or go with Kakarot's plan. He doesn't want to piss them off too much though, so he says this in a much nicer way. The humans are still unsure, but Kakarot says it's fine. Even if they do learn this power, he'll remain above the Saiyans, and if they do try to attack, he'll defeat them. He tells the Saiyans too. They better be on good behavior. It wouldn't be hard for him to kill them all, and he wouldn't even mind it. That includes Raditz too. He knows that they're not trustworthy right now, but they can earn his trust. So, the Saiyans do stay on Earth, beginning to train there. Not only are they trying to learn Wrathful, but they're able to make use of gravity training here too. It's amazing, the technology that these Earthlings have, they're advancing so quickly. No wonder Kakarot got so strong since they last saw him. About a month or so passes, the Saiyans continue their training on Earth with everyone else, meaning everyone sees an increase in strength, and they're interested to see that one hybrid Saiyan, Kakarot's son. Also, Raditz's nephew. His potential seems insane, as expected of a hybrid Saiyan. Vegeta wonders how far this kid can go in terms of strength, but that remains to be seen. After time passes, about a month or so, Frieza's of course going to be suspicious by some point. He's trying to locate the Saiyans. They've gone off the grid with no word of where they went or why they left. Sure, maybe they could have died, but the more likely scenario is that they're plotting something, and he wants to know what it is that they're plotting. He wonders, are they going to try and rebel against him? That's not going to work. Maybe they found something that he'd be interested in, like the Wish Orbs maybe, and maybe that's why they're gone. Whichever outcome has happened, he needs to figure out what's going on. And the Saiyans actually do have a plan. By now, they're actually pretty strong. And Vegeta says the strength should be more than enough to defeat Frieza. At least he assumes so. He doesn't know how far Frieza's power goes, but he could estimate. So the group gets ready. Kakarot, Raditz, Vegeta, and Nappa, as well as Tenshinhan, Krillin, Yamcha, Chi-Chi, and Roshi and Gohan. Roshi decides he does want to join this fight too. He's gotten stronger himself after training Gohan all this time, and he knows that Gohan is similar to his father and has great strength in reserve. But he needs to be careful. Gohan is still a kid after all, but on top of that, he might be prone to the same outbursts that Kakarot was prone to. Kakarot appreciates the help, and as long as Roshi's confident that he wants to join the fight, he gladly welcomes his master along. They all depart, going to a faraway planet, one that allows them to breathe and survive, but one that doesn't have much life on it. They gotta be far from Earth, and also on a place where they won't cause collateral damage. This was Kakarot's idea. And now, they have to lure Frieza in. And Vegeta knows exactly what to do. He's gonna piss Frieza off. He turns on a scouter, beginning to communicate with him. He tells Frieza he's glad to hear from him again, and says Frieza's gonna love this. They found the Wish Orbs. And right now, Vegeta's trying to gather more so he can get his immortality. He chuckles, telling Frieza that he'll be dead soon enough. And then quickly, he smashes his scouter, with the other Saiyans doing the same. Frieza is of course infuriated, believing all of this. They need to stop Vegeta, immediately, and he needs those Wish Orbs for himself. The group prepares, and after some time, they start seeing ships appear in the air. Oh, this isn't going to be too hard. With single blast, they're able to wipe out all these ships, defeating all the Frieza soldiers with no effort at all. More soldiers start coming in, and the planet even begins to get barraged by attacks. Of course, this does nothing for them, until they see one giant ship arrive. Vegeta does the honors, blowing it up, and nothing remains except for one person floating in the air. It's Frieza himself, and he is pissed. Pissed beyond belief. He is about to snap. He descends down onto the planet, asking Vegeta where they are, and Vegeta tells Frieza, it's too late. He already used the wish orbs. He's already immortal. But who are these other people with him? Vegeta keeps Frieza busy, telling him more lies about the wish orbs, and then Nappa grabs onto him. He pummels Frieza into the ground, then unhinging his jaw, launching a massive ki blast from his mouth. Raditz then jumps up in the air, launching his own ki downwards. Frieza's in a crater, a bit injured from being caught off guard, but not too bad. He has his arms up, guarding himself, getting the wish orbs under his nose, doing a cowardly sneak attack, trying to plan a rebellion. All these things that these Saiyans are doing. He knew he should have killed them a while ago. But who cares? Even if Vegeta's immortal, he'll make sure he suffers. And as for the others, he'll kill them. He powers up, immediately going into his second form. Just as Vegeta suspected, he has a transformation, which means he probably has others as well. He hopes his estimation of Frieza's power was correct. And the fight begins. Even in the second form, Frieza can't take on all these people at once. They're so incredibly powerful that it's tough for him. Let's discuss some powers pretty quickly. By now, Kakarot's at 2 million, just in base alone. Vegeta's not too far behind at 1 million. Nappa and Raditz are both around 800k. The humans are around 300k, with Gohan being around 100k, although that's mainly because he can't control his full output yet. His power could definitely go much higher. Fine, Frieza will just transform again, going into his third form. And even this one is no match for them. Even the humans altogether could probably take him on alone. But with the Saiyans there, Frieza still stands no chance. He's just taking more and more damage. What the hell? They got this strong to surpass not only his first, but also his second and third form. There's never been anyone that strong that he's met. And he is infuriated beyond belief. Fine, he needs to make this quick. He wants to get rid of the Saiyans, especially Vegeta. Even if he actually is immortal, he'll figure out a way to do so. He goes into his final form. Now this is what they were looking for. Frieza's full power, and now they could see. This might actually be a challenge, at least in their base forms. The Saiyans all plan together. Now's their time. They power up, with all 4 of them going into their wrathful states. Outside of Kakarot, the 3 don't really have too much control in it, but they at least maintain it for some time. But for Kakarot, he could utilize this perfectly. Although even with Wrathful, it still is a bit challenging. Thankfully, Frieza has taken some damage so far. And now, the humans are a bit out of their league, but they help in whatever way they can. Gohan feels the same way, but he wants to help them too. That power that they're using, he could probably utilize that too. I mean, he is a Saiyan after all. He just needs to get mad enough to unlock this power, and then he could jump in and help them. As the Saiyans fight Frieza, someone else then launches up into the air and begins trying to pummel Frieza. It's Gohan. He's enraged, and his power has grown significantly, and on top of that, his hair. It's beginning to spike up, but also falling down at the same time. Kakarot can see what's happening. He's trying to use that wrathful form. He tells Gohan to stop. It's too dangerous to fight Frieza and utilize that form. He isn't experienced enough yet with it. And Frieza's too powerful, but Gohan's not listening. He's enraged beyond belief. Watching his father and all of his friends get beat up, that's not sitting right with him. And with a huge burst of power, he screams, then going into his wrathful form. His power actually is pretty high, but still not higher than any of the other Saiyans in their wrathful form. Although, it's increasing. The more he fights and the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets. Kakarot tries to get him away from Frieza though. Gohan might just get in the way, and it's too dangerous. He doesn't want him getting hurt. But they fight alongside him regardless. It's too tough to get him away, at least for the Saiyans. Frieza simply grabs onto his tail, flinging him to the side. He screams, charging up a bunch of ki to knock all the Saiyans back, and then he looks down at the ground. That pest is annoying. He'll be the first to go. He launches another blast at the Saiyans, just to make sure they stay away, and he tells them to watch this. Gohan's there in the dirt, injured and defenseless, and his wrathful form is gone. Frieza simply points a finger at him, charging up a beam of energy. Gohan's barely conscious at this point, and he sees that light come towards him. Kakarot powers up as far as he can, trying to rush to Gohan to save him, while also trying to get in the way of the beam, but it's going too fast. But in the nick of time, somebody jumps in front of Gohan. It's Roshi. He's at his full power, but of course even then, that's not going to help him. The beam pierces right through his chest, but in one swift motion, he's able to at least kick Gohan out of the way, apologizing for having to be so rough. He stands there for a second, then looks up at Kakarot. He tells Kakarot he's grown so much. He's proud of him, proud to see him grow this strong. He falls to his knees. He tells him to make sure to keep that boy in check, but more importantly, defeat this monster, and his ki completely disappears. Frieza chuckles. Did that old man really think he could do anything? Well, at least he got rid of one of them. Now, who should he get rid of next? That at least bought him some time, and now he could have some more fun with this. He looks back over to that one Saiyan, the one who is the strongest, and his laughter stops. Something's off about this Saiyan now. He looks completely frozen, and then something strange begins happening. He starts glowing. He begins powering up. The other Saiyans look on, as well as everyone on the ground. What the hell is this? Kakarot's power is increasing, dramatically. He's still in his wrathful form right now, but something changes about him. His eyes go from yellow to a bluish-greenish color, and his hair, it's still spiked up, but it turns golden, as well as his tail. The key surrounds him, and Kakarot screams. The power is enough to knock all the Saiyans and everyone else back. Frieza even has to guard himself. This key is so strong. And as Kakarot stops screaming, Frieza looks over. No, he knows exactly what this is. As do the other Saiyans too. Everyone is completely speechless. Kakarot, he's the Super Saiyan of legend. And he is infuriated, possibly even to a fault. Kakarot looks down at the ground. He tells Chi-Chi to keep Gohan safe. And as for the others, get Roshi's body out of there. He looks at the Saiyans, telling them plainly, stay out of his way right now. They're so in awe that they can't even respond right now. They're speechless. But they listen to what Kakarot says. He slowly floats over towards Frieza, and Frieza backs up. He's shaking, cowering in fear. He launches a blast at Kakarot. It does nothing. Kakarot acts like nothing even hit him. He's not going to spare Frieza here. He's going to kill him. He wants to make sure that this monster is gone completely. It was Roshi's last wish after all. His rage, it's trying to control him. He did transform while he was in his wrathful state, and that made this a lot more dangerous. He's on the verge of going berserk, but he's trying to control himself. This power, there's so much of it, and his rage, there's also so much of that, as well as sadness and so many other emotions. But one emotion overcomes them all, determination. He's determined. He's gonna avenge Roshi. Even if they can bring him back later, Kakarot's not even focused on that right now. In his mind, Roshi's gone for good, and he needs Frieza to be gone for good as well. Frieza throws a punch. It does nothing. He throws more, starting to throw key attacks as well. Kakarot powers up, grabbing onto Frieza's leg, and then rocketing towards the ground. He drags Frieza across the ground, then flinging him up into the atmosphere. Before Frieza actually goes into space, Kakarot jumps up, and with such speed, he's able to stop Frieza. They're on a completely different part of the planet right now, and he kicks Frieza into the ground with such force that they can feel it on the other side. The ground begins shaking more and more, and they get out of the way. Something bursts through. It's Kakarot, pummeling Frieza right through the planet, causing significant damage. Thankfully, he avoided the core. He's not trying to blow up the planet, just use it to his advantage. He begins pummeling Frieza more and more. Frieza can't do anything. He's completely stunned. Physically stunned from these attacks, and mentally stunned by seeing the Super Saiyan right in front of him, beating him to death. Frieza's not going to make it out of this. And the other Saiyans watch on. They still can't believe it. Kakarot, that low-class warrior, he's the fabled Super Saiyan of legend, the one to defeat Frieza. Raditz smirks, shouting out, kill Frieza, avenge his master, avenge the Saiyans. Make him suffer for everything he's done. And Kakarot sees now, remembering everything he's been told about Frieza. He looks at the Emperor, laughing. That's why he eliminated the Saiyans. He was scared of them. He was scared of the Super Saiyan. He was scared of him. Well, he tells Frieza, he was right on that assessment. Be scared of the Super Saiyan. Very scared. Because now, the Super Saiyan is going to be the one to kill him. Kakarot powers up, delivering a devastating punch to his gut, creating a massive shockwave that goes around the planet. Frieza's launched up into the sky, and Kakarot draws his hands back, ready to use his master's signature move. This is for Roshi, and everyone else killed by the hands of Frieza. He charges up a blinding ball of blue light, launching a full-power Super Kamehameha at Frieza. Frieza can't even do anything. He's completely stunned still. All he can do is watch as the beam gets closer and closer to him, with his last vision being the Super Saiyan launching that beam. The Kamehameha hits him, completely obliterating Frieza, leaving nothing left. Kakarot did it. He controlled that rage. He did it for Roshi, for Gohan, for everyone else. And he became the Super Saiyan, even though he didn't expect it to turn out this way. He powers down, sighing a breath of relief. He's glad that power didn't control him. He transformed while he wasn't wrathful, and for a brief moment, he did go berserk. But he stopped it. The words of Roshi rang through his head. Everything that Roshi's taught him, Kame, his friends and his teachers, is that human part of him. Even though he is a pure Saiyan, he was raised by humans. He was around humans for so long. They've rubbed off on him, and they've helped him. Had they not, he might have fully lost control and done something even worse. But he's successful. And now, the tyrant is dead. This is where we'll leave off for now. So, what did you guys think about this part? Or what do you think will happen next time? Leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. I'll be sure to take them out to see what you guys think. I especially want to see what you guys think will happen with Raditz, Vegeta, and Nappa. As always, if you liked the video, be sure to drop a like. And let's try hit that like goal from the beginning of the video so we get another part of the series. If you haven't already, why not subscribe? As well as hitting the bell icon so you're notified about any future uploads on my channel, including more parts of the series. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.